What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today was an Amazon day. Today will be officially known as Amazon Day. Amazon had a crazy rip. Might as well go ahead and start out with Amazon, even before we look at SPY. I mean, Amazon had a ridiculous day today. I barely missed this. This was my number one today. And looking at this, trying to shave pennies to get into this stock, it was so fast that I completely missed it, and it took off even before I can jump in. I don't do market orders. I do limit orders on my options. But nonetheless, this one got away from me today. But I did make it up with shop today. Towards the end of the day, I did get to pull back and ride this beauty all the way up today towards the end of the day into power hour. So that was awesome. But nonetheless, SPY in itself, there's a lot of news, a lot of bad news about determining if the numbers are coming out essentially showing that inflation is not transitory, that it's actually something that may actually stick. So with that being said, the market kind of sold off there. Being said, I mean, there's a lot of different things. People have been saying that inflation is really a thing and it's not going away. Deflation is kind of what we're looking at, and what kind of deflation are we getting, good or bad? Nonetheless, we won't really know until things kind of play out. So being said, market rallied pretty good today, rallied back towards the end of the day. Now, as you can see, after hours, it is struggling a bit, but I think there's no real reason, right? I think we had the China news, which is a big thing. Why we kind of sunk to anything involved with China. Even Tesla took a bit of a dive today. QQQs were essentially held up by Amazon for the most part, but then we did sell off, only to bounce right back. Tech is extremely strong. This is why I've been talking about staying with a lot of the leaders in tech, because you're like your Palantirs. You have some of your one-offs like Roblox and Etsy that are doing well, but you have other ones that are not so much, like AMZNs. A lot of the ones that were running pretty good back in February aren't doing so much now. So being said, it's mainly just the lead. Big tech in itself that is pulling the whole market. So the QQQs anyway. Being said, the banks did sell off this morning, though they didn't bounce as far as I'm aware. I haven't checked on them actually since. They did sell off quite a bit, but they did find a base here, so that was good to see. But tomorrow, what we do have is we have the FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow. That comes out at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That kind of goes over the last things that Powell and them talked about 3 weeks ago. Something I've been talking about, which could lead towards different things. It may sway the markets. So something to keep in mind. I wouldn't be surprised if we do gap, or maybe we stay flat. I think we might actually stay flat, only because of the fact that we've kind of got the go ahead from Powell multiple times. The market's kind of digested that and been okay with that now. Again, I don't think there's anything going to be in those minutes that's really going to throw anybody off. I think there's a lot of panic that kind of sets in beforehand. But being said, I think the market is still good, right? There's still a lot there. The only thing that really pulled us down today, I think, ultimately was the China news, essentially, and that whole fiasco, that wild card. It's kind of sitting there, especially with the possibility of, China's president essentially threatening the world, right? But I think aside from that, everything else is solid. There's no real reason to go down from this. Being said, watch list for tomorrow. What I have is Tesla Shop, Roblox, Etsy, and Win. Now, the first one, Tesla, like I was talking about, Tesla it took that hit. That was straight off of China news. It didn't want to hold. From that point, again, we just continued to sell even after. I thought we would have held here. Obviously, there's a big bull or bear flag there, but on the hourly, that 160 was kind of what we're looking at for a bounce. It did bounce there, but ultimately, it is looking like it's getting ready to turn over again. Tesla's really been struggling. It's definitely not the Tesla of old. I do have marked as far as essentially the price movement for the week on Tesla. So I do essentially am looking to see where Tesla goes at this point. Tesla's been a disappointment as far as the stock, right? Or in the aspect that the fact that it's not the Tesla we know, right? But being said, it's still a great company. It's still the best company in my mind. But being said, it is definitely, as far as like prices and getting back to 900, I think it's definitely going to be a struggle to get there. We had the delivery news and it wanted to break 700, but it wasn't enough. Today I was actually expecting it to gap up. It didn't. That China news came out and actually pushed us down quite a bit. So what we do have though is SHOP, which I'm looking at tomorrow, and it actually broke above the support here, which is solid, which is great to see. So this is a big one. This is going to be my primary one tomorrow. I think we start getting into some price discovery. We'll start getting some price discovery with SHOP tomorrow, I think. So this is going to be one I want to watch, especially with all the news about tech kind of hitting. E-commerce is really kind of taking over as far as the main leads. So looking for SHOP to be number one. Roblox is the other one. I did jump back in Roblox today. I've been watching this wedge, and we're starting to push back up, which is good to see, especially when a lot of the other mid caps, tech, and small caps have really been kind of struggling in tech. Roblox has definitely done good. It's kind of outperformed a lot of them. So I did jump back into this in shares in this one. So I'm looking to ride this one back up. Hopefully this time we can break out of this wedge and possibly go try to retest that 100 mark again. Get another one of these nice parabolic moves out of here. So that's what I'm looking for with Roblox. Again, I do like the daily. Trying to break out of this wedge and hopefully retest all-time highs at that point. Etsy is the other one I have on the daily. Again, looks great and did a retest. These are two of the ones that I did call out yesterday, but Etsy did do a retest today. So looking at that one tomorrow, definitely as long as we can stay above this 198 tomorrow, I think Etsy would definitely be a good buy. It hit some strong support here. I didn't buy into this, back into this. But ultimately, I might actually look at some calls tomorrow on Etsy, just depending on where we go. And then the other one I do have is Win. Now, depending on what's going on with inflation, this might sell off quite a bit, but it has hit strong support. And this is what I do like about Win. It's in the 200 moving average on the daily, which is great. This is phenomenal support here. So I think as long as we can hold this, I think Win has definitely got some room to push back up. Ultimately, I do like Win. 100 used to be something I used to always play back about a year or two ago. The $100 mark was a good base, but now that everything's been kind of growing and developing new bases here, Win has definitely been one of those ones that has started a new base, but again, news today about inflation kind of really tanked it. So it's something to keep in mind tomorrow. If we might even gap down tomorrow, I don't know, but I want to keep this on watch tomorrow and see what it does. If it does hold this 116 mark, I think we could definitely try to go back and be great for good value play as far going into the rest of the summer and everything. So something I want to keep on watch. But that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Again, just managing risks. Stay with the leaders at this point. Again, a lot of the other ones have been kind of getting crushed. And though I do mention Roblox and Etsy, they do show strength, and that's why I do mention them. We definitely want to stay with the ones that have strength. Right now, nothing is really basing that I like. I do like the basing play, but currently right now, there's nothing really looking like that. It's good to see some selling to start getting to that point to where we start seeing some basing on some of these stocks. But again, not really seeing a lot of that. So being said, remember to hit the like button if you made it this far. And until next time, guys, I will see you next.